What's up, YouTube? Today I got this 2014 Toyota Camry with a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. I'm going to be showing y'all how to change this water pump today because it's leaking. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe so I continue to make videos like this to make your life easier. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is take your serpentine belt off. Going to the right, take the tension off. I'm using a 14 millimeter mountain wrench for this. Or use whatever 14 you can get on that ratchet in the socket. Now I'm going to be changing this belt as well, so what we're going to do here is draw a little diagram before we pull it off all the way. CR for crank, TEN for tensioner, AC compressor, WP water pump, and then your alternator. So we go around the alternator, the water pump, down around the AC, around the crank, back around the back of the tensioner, and then over the alternator. I know my drawing is not very pretty. Just kind of set that out of the way for now. Start taking this off. Go ahead and get my belt out of the way. Now if you're not changing your belt, you can just kind of lean it to the side. But anytime I do a water pump, I always recommend the belt too. It's up to the customer. Hope y'all can see good. I got the light on. So now I'm going to take this tensioner out of my way because it blocks the corner of the water pump. And that's going to be a 12 millimeter. And this would be a good time to change your tensioner too, if it's weak or if your belt's making any kind of chirping noise. This one's not, so we're just going to reuse the tensioner. And of course I'm going to be dropping stuff early already. Alright, now you're going to have several 12 millimeter bolts holding this thing on. And I'm going to start with the very bottom one first. The one you can't really see. Let me feel around down here. Right there. I'll break it loose by hand. See if I can get my fingers on it. You probably can't really see what I'm doing, but some of this job is about feel, not about what you can see. This is going to be the hardest bolt out of this whole job. So. This guy right here, you see all that pink crust on there? That's the antifreeze that's been leaking from it. And when it dries up, it crusts up like that. So, I might be able to get my electric ratchet on all these other ones. Let's give it a shot. Not that one. And this one up here. Yeah, this battery keeps falling out. The clips are starting to wear out on it. So those other couple, let's see if I can get on that one. Alright. Take them out with my hand the rest of the way. I don't want to back myself into a corner with the ratchet. Probably could have taken this one all the way out. But as the bolts come out, it's going to cause my ratchet to get pinned up against the car. Oh yeah, if I didn't disclose, always make sure you let the engine cool down. Should have said that in the beginning. Because if your water pump's not leaking real bad, you'll still have some pressure in the system. You don't want to take that cap off when it's hot. Now I'm going to get this pump off. I'm still waiting for the parts, so I'm going to pause this video when I get it off. And we'll resume when I get my part. Take this last bolt off the ratchet. Should be the last bolt. Pretty sure. I'm about to find out. Put a pry bar on it. So far I've taken out 6. This sounds like a good number. Grab you a little pry bar action. Right there at that corner, that little lip right there. Pop it off like that. There we go, fellas. I'm guessing it was leaking right there. That's right at the bottom too, right where I showed you that bolt. Little thin gasket. Alright, well, I'll get back with y'all in a few. See y'all in a minute. Peace. Alright, y'all, I'm back with my pump. And this new one's got a paper style gasket, which is fine. I like the old, or the OE ones that are metal, but get what you get. So what I like to do with these paper gaskets is I'll take a little bit of this like 3M glue and I'll just kind of spray a light little coat on the surface of the water pump here. That way when I'm trying to install it, the gasket don't keep trying to fall out. Or I don't pinch it. Kind of pull it back and forth, let the air hit it, let it dry quicker. You don't have to do this. If you're feeling crafty enough to get it down in there without doing this. I know I could do it, but I got the glue. This is what I do. Okay. Yeah, this glue's kind of messy. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. That little bit on the pulley, that'll burn off. Now we're gonna fish our pump down in here carefully without scraping the gasket. This being a paper style gasket, they're not hard to damage. Now we're gonna grab one bolt, this easiest one right here. Get it started. Run it down as far as I can, trap it. Do not start tightening any of the bolts until you get them all started. I'm going to run them down with my fingers all the way. I just got to snug them up. Now, it's a total of 6 bolts. If you don't have 6 bolts when you're taking that pump off, you got one that you didn't get to. It's probably that bottom hidden one. You can see all of them but that bottom one. Now, center one right there. Alright, last but not least, it just so happens I didn't mean to do that, but I'm putting that bottom one that's crusty. Matter of fact, I'm going to wipe it off, that way nobody gets fooled if they're looking at the car thinking the water pump's leaking. Get most of it off. Moisture here. I just would hate for somebody to look at that bottom bolt if they take it to another shop and be like, hey, your water pump looks like it's starting to leak because that bolt's still got corn on it. So that should be good enough. Alright, now this one is all about feels. And we're starting. Thumb's starting to lock up on me. I'm just going to tighten them all manually. Just kind of go in a crisscross pattern. No, nothing too crazy, just snug them down. That's why it's best to use a 1/4 inch, because a 1/4 inch ratchet's smaller, so you don't put as much torque on them. So I got the bottom one for last. Freaking ratchet. I don't know why I'm using it. It's starting to mess up. Let's grab the other one. And last but not least, they're all tight. And we can put our tensioner back on. And make sure when you put your tensioner back on, there's a notch. Got a little notch, like a little dowel pin, goes in that hole right there to line it up. Okay. Grab the 12. Plug her down. I got a new belt here. Make sure when you get your belt, you size it up. Looks good to me. My little routing I drew over here. Traffic. My fans are blowing. They'll blow it around. My favorite part, routing belts. Get on there. Stay put. Show you a little trick. Get a long screwdriver. Alright, go around the crank, around the AC. Back around the water pump. Get on there. Oh, it's coming off the crank. That's why I hate doing belts. Okay.
Oh, it came off the crank again. Jesus.
That damn wrench. At least it hit the ground.
The hardest part of this whole job is this stupid belt. Get on there. This guy's a jiggy with it. Show who's boss. Get your butt on there. Oh, I'm so close. Get on there. Trying to tuck it up under that tensioner pulley. Keeps wanting to pop off the crank. Oh, come on. Get on there. Yeah, there's no really real method to doing this, y'all, other than patience when you're putting these belts back on, man. Alright, now I gotta get on the ground here because this wrench that has its legs decided to jump off the car. Grab your belt. Feel like we're hung up on something. Yeah, we're hung up on something down there. About to find out. That's why I got it racked. That's why I left the car racked when I was looking for the leak earlier. It's like the belt's caught on a bolt down there or something. Oh. Yeah, look at that. Catching right on that little lip right there. That little notch right above the oil pan was catching on. Man, you gotta be kidding me. Ah, I got stuff everywhere. Alright, let's try this again. Now that we're freed up. Get your butt on there. Yeah, this belt's new too, so it's going to be a little tighter because it's not stretched. Jeez Louise. Wow. Whew. Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties. Would have known the hardest part of the job would have been putting that stupid belt back on. Oh, they come off easy. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and put a little no spill funnel action here. And my next tool giveaway is one of these, brand new, sealed up in the pack. As soon as I hit my 250 subscriber, which I'm 30 away, I'll be picking a random subscriber for that funnel. It's like a $30 or $35 value, something like that. That comes with most of your adapters for most of your makes and models. I'm not sure if I did a video on that yet or not. I'll look into that. If not, I will. I'll show you all the product when you're looking at it. But the one I got to give away is all nice and new and still wrapped up. Start filling it up as much as you can. Keep on filling it up till it won't take no more coolant. Put about a gallon in there. Nasty gloves off. Now that I got a whole gallon in here, I feel safe enough to start it up. Another thing I'll do is I'll turn the heater on. Just put on the defrost, not blowing in my face. That'll help bleed out some of those air pockets too. But just keep running the car until the temperature's fully warmed up and your funnel will take no more coolant. Start running it for, I'd say, a good 20-30 minutes. You don't see no more air bubbles coming out of that funnel. Just cut your car off, put the cap on, take it for a test drive, and that's how you do it. Anyways, if y'all like this video, please check